What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Echo the Bunnymen, and we're here to conclude the 1983 album Porcupine. Thank you as always to Amber, and I have Ocean Rain ready to go after this, so I'm looking forward to that album. But the last track on Porcupine is In Bluer Skies. My only observational point here is that bluer is comparative, so there's an implication that the skies were less blue at some point or somewhere else. So I wonder whether this will be a contrast with a different feeling, a different period, a different phase of some relationship or interaction. So yes, I do wonder if that will be spelled out narratively or if it'll be a bit more cryptic. So I will try to follow what I can. Let's hear it. This is Echo and the Bunnymen. The song is In Bluer Skies, and it's the final song on their 1983 album Porcupine.
Must be, I realize I'm walking out from blackened skies. You say belief is in our eyes, but how can I believe in blind lies? Tied to a bitter rain, or will we begin to grow, bound by the simple chain? Will we evolve tonight, sparkle brittle stars? Can we dissolve tonight, held by your hungry arms? I'm counting on you. What needs to be, you'll realize I found myself in bluer skies. I know belief is in your eyes. Can't believe in blind lies. I'm counting on your heavy heart.
I knew it was going to be that. But yeah, I really like that for multiple reasons. First of all, I like the book ending of the song and the completion of the album with the sound of the waves lapping on shore. And indeed, this is something I noticed, and Amber commented on it, that a lot of their songs do seem to have to, or not have to, do seem to relate to water and bodies of water and the sea, if you will. So that feels very much on brand, as they might say, to have the conclusion of the album with the sound of the waves on the shore. Secondarily, I like the way that framing bookends the tune itself. I also will note, like, the first verse, I was surprised because I was like, Ian's vocals, they sound similar to usual, but they're like very front and center. There isn't as much sonic density around his vocals, so they were really standing out to me. And obviously that hand clap was running through the track, although it did change rhythm and tempo. Eventually it went into double time by the end. But yeah, so the first verse, I'm thinking, wow, this is a bit unusual for one of their songs, because there's not these big guitar chords or keyboard chords. It's really more minimal, and then Ian's voice is right there in the middle. And then right as I was thinking that, it exploded and it got a lot fuller, and it felt more like a, not typical in a bad way, but more like a regular Echo and the Bunnymen tune. Now, it did go back and forth with that, although by the end, by the third verse, there was more going on sonically than there had been for the first two verses. So it did evolve over the chronology of the track. But yeah, I really enjoy those moments when essentially in the chorus it got a lot fuller and denser, musically. And then again, the hand clap was very prominent. Eventually, that it was working in conjunction with the snare. So it seems like the lyrics are directed at a particular person, but I couldn't get a read on that. And of course, anytime someone's addressing you or another person, number one, it could be themselves. Number two, it could be a non-personal entity. It could be society or life or something where it's they're personifying it, but it is not actually literally another human being. Though my suspicion is that in this case it may quite literally be another person. Either way, I didn't catch enough to get a real sense. And I will say, a lot of their lyrics do seem to have this poetic opacity to them, where they're lines that have really compelling turns of phrase, and phrases that I think you can read figuratively or in some different ways, but where I'm not usually oh, I know exactly, this is a story that I'm totally understanding from beginning to end. And there's other groups like that. I often talk about Duran Duran. They have a lot of lyrics where it's you could read it this way, you could read it that way, there's a bit of ambiguity to it, and this, I think Echo and the Bunnymen, it's a different flavor, but definitely there's a poetry to a lot of their lyrics that I can't always penetrate on a first listen. In any case, a really great album, and one that has me very excited to see where they go next, even though I've already heard after this. People may remember I went through the 1987 self-titled album already. So, in any case, I'm looking forward to Ocean Rain. Thank you again to Amber. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.